Imagine a Roman Empire that didn't fall in 476 AD. Imagine a world where emperors wore purple robes and plotted in marble halls, while armies clashed for centuries more in the name of Rome. Welcome to the story of the Byzantine Empire, the forgotten half of the Roman legacy that lived on for over 1,000 years. This is the entire history of the Byzantine Empire, from Rome's fall to 1453. Let's set the stage. It's the year 285 AD. The Roman Empire is too vast to manage, so Emperor Diocletian splits it in two, Western and Eastern Rome. When the Western Roman Empire collapses in 476, the eastern half survives. Stronger, richer, and more urbanized, it becomes what we now call the Byzantine Empire, though back then they simply called themselves Romans. Why Byzantine? That name comes from Byzantium, the ancient Greek city where Emperor Constantine the Great founded Constantinople in 330 AD, what would become the empire's capital and heart. So while barbarians sack Rome, Constantinople thrives. It becomes a city of gold, domes, and diplomacy, a bridge between Europe and Asia, where Roman law met Greek culture and Christian theology. Fast forward to the 6th century. Enter Justinian I, the empire's most ambitious ruler. Imagine this. You're ruling from a palace overlooking the Bosporus. You dream of reclaiming the Roman glory. So what do? You codify Roman law, creating the Justinian Code, the foundation of many legal systems today. You build the Hagia Sophia, a marvel of engineering and faith. And with your brilliant General Belisarius, you conquer parts of North Africa, Italy, and Spain. But just as quickly, it all starts to unravel. The plague of Justinian, a deadly pandemic, kills millions. Enemies press in. The conquests fade. Still, Justinian's reign showed what was possible, a flicker of Rome's old glory. Over the next few centuries, the Byzantine Empire becomes a land of survival. Persians, Arabs, Slavs, and Bulgars surround them. The empire shrinks, expands, and reshapes like a flame in the wind. One of the darkest days? 1453? No, 1204. During the Fourth Crusade, Crusaders, yes, fellow Christians, sack Constantinople. They loot the churches, they destroy the libraries, they steal relics that are still in Western Europe today. The empire splinters. For 57 years, Constantinople is ruled by Latin crusaders, while Greek emperors set up shop in Nicaea. But in 1261, the Byzantines reclaimed their capital. A glimmer of hope returns. Briefly, let's pause and peek inside everyday life in Byzantium. The Byzantines were deeply religious, profoundly bureaucratic, and fiercely Roman in identity. Orthodox Christianity was central, shaping everything from law to art. They debated theology like modern people debate politics. Icons, relics, saints, these weren't just symbols, they were power. The people spoke Greek, but wrote laws in Latin. They wore silk robes, read Homer, and argued in crowded markets over imperial succession. It was a civilization of paradoxes. A medieval empire clinging to ancient roots. A Christian state defending Roman tradition. A cosmopolitan world bracing against constant war. Now we arrive at the twilight of Byzantium. By the 1400s, the empire is just a ghost of its former self. A few scattered territories and Constantinople itself, still shining but isolated. Enter the Ottoman Turks. Led by Mehmed II, a young sultan determined to take the city. On May 29, 1453, after a 53-day siege, the Ottomans breach the walls. The last emperor, Constantine XI, fights to the death, his body never found. As Mehmed enters the city, he orders the Hagia Sophia to be converted into a mosque. A new era begins, but the spirit of Byzantium doesn't die. Its culture, knowledge, and traditions influence the Renaissance, the Russian Tsars, and even the Orthodox Church today. The Byzantine Empire wasn't just a sequel to Rome. It was a civilization in its own right, blending Roman law, Greek culture, and Christian faith. It faced invasions, plagues, civil wars, crusaders, and eventually the Ottomans. And yet, it lasted over 1,100 years. So next time someone tells you Rome fell in 476 AD, tell them it didn't. It just moved east, to Constantinople, to Byzantium, and it burned bright for over a millennium. Enjoyed this deep dive into the lost empire of the East? Hit that like button, subscribe for more epic histories, and let us know in the comments, which empire should we cover next? Until then, stay curious and keep exploring the past. See you in the next one.